This video will show you a few simple steps to create your own project in Deep. To begin, click the Set up a new project button. You will enter the necessary details for your project. In our case, we will check the Is a test project box to ensure that this project is not included in Deep's global statistics or considered a real working project. In this menu, you can select the different stakeholders involved in your project, including the owner, national or international partners, donors, or governments. The project privacy selection is located on the right side of the project creation menu. By default, the project will be visible in Deep. However, this does not mean users outside the project can access your data. The project will simply appear in searches performed by other users, who can then request to be accepted into the project. Your data will not be compromised. The tooltip next to this heading explains why projects are generally public. However, suppose there is a compelling reason, such as the safety of beneficiaries or the sensitivity of the subject matter. In that case, you can request the Deep team to make your project private. With these three options, you can decide whether Deep will generate public links from the data contained in your project. By checking the first box, you will allow public documents accessible from your exports. The other two checkboxes enable the sharing of restricted or confidential data, and Deep will ask for confirmation when checking them, warning you about the possible consequences. Once you accept the terms of use, your project will be created. Now you need to choose the geographical scope of your project. In this example, we will select both Nigeria and Somalia. Both countries have 3 administrative levels sourced from the most updated HDX database. As the Deep user guide mentions, you can add custom geographic layers. Instructions on how to do this can be found in the Kaya course and the Deep user guide in Zendesk. The next menu is for selecting and assigning roles to different users in your project. You can add users with various roles and permissions within the project. Pay attention to this drop-down. It determines whether users can access confidential documents within your project, modify and edit your sources and tags, or add more users. The Quality Assurance checkbox allows the selected person to perform quality control tasks within your project. In this short tutorial on project creation, we will not cover the process of creating an analytical framework from scratch. The next section will provide more detailed information on this process. However, creating analytical frameworks in Deep will be covered as a separate module in the Kaya course later. In this example, we will search for an existing framework. We will use the Turkey and Syria Earthquake 2023 framework. If you choose the framework without cloning it, it will be subject to modifications made by its owner, which means your project's data could change in the future. This option is suitable when the project owner continuously improves and updates the framework or for multi-project teams that want to maintain a common analytical framework. If you decide to clone the framework, you can modify it according to your preferences, but you will no longer receive updates from the original framework. We have the primary and secondary labeling menus now that the analytical framework has been selected. In the primary menu, you will find the material content of the framework, while in the secondary menu, you can tag secondary information and metadata to facilitate data filtering and better organization. The last step in creating your project is configuring connectors. Connectors allow you to crawl documents from the most frequently used portals in Deep and pre-add them to your Deep project, saving you and your team time and resources in searching and adding documents. In this case, we have selected ReliefWeb, Nigeria, as the portal, along with a specific country and date range. As shown in the graphic, multiple sources are already pre-added to our project. If you return to the main Deep screen, you can see your newly created project, along with key details such as users, the number of sources, and the analytical framework. Additionally, you can see how the connectors have already pre-selected several documents to be confirmed and quickly added to your project. Thanks for watching. Let's continue diving deep.